I said earlier, he went on a solo trip with Tripper Trails, not knowing he's going to become their chief operating officer, which is insane. They have hosted 35,000 people? 35,000 people on trips. The company. He has personally been on 100 trips himself.
Wow.
And what I asked him what his aim was, he said, number one, it's to actually live in moments like this and go for the experience, not for the selfie, which I think is awesome. And two, he said, what we're doing for 5 days, he wants to make this his life. And I think that's such a really good, ambitious aim to have. So, welcome to Gaurav.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
gentleman and mental woman, jungly man and jungly woman, make some noise. Can I get a whole year? I'm not asking junglies to shake their ass, that's gonna happen tonight. Can I get a whole year? Perfect. So I think right now we had lunch and I want to make it a little bit more interactive so that people don't sleep. Right? So we have been having some amazing food. We are spending our beautiful days here, right? So yeah. So today, when it comes to the speech, so I just want to set the intentions very right so that I can calm myself down first. That is a priority. So where don't expect what you guys are taking away from this, or don't have any expectations. Just calm yourself. I'm calming myself. Just try to connect and try to reflect. If I'm just talking about my life, how I see things, how things have worked out for me, and if you guys can connect, and I think that is what the whole conversation is about. Okay? So now let's do an activity. Okay? So when I ask you a question, and if it's relating to you, okay, everyone is gonna scream, who? Let's do it. Are you guys enjoying Jungli the Nomad Festival? Can't hear? Need more energy? Are you guys enjoying the Jungli the Nomad Festival? Are we gonna change this word because we are gonna creating now the India's first digital nomad festival? Yes? Amazing. Are you guys excited? Perfect. So this is a story mainly about failures, about mistakes, or maybe experiencing life. Right? Are you guys failed in life?
Yes.
Are you guys made mistakes?
Yes.
Or are we all just experiencing life?
That too.
Perfect. So I'm a hardcore Bangalorean boy. So all my life I've lived in Bangalore. For last 2 years, I'm having amazing time because RCB won last year. RCB won this year. Sala Cup Namdu. Yeah. There are so many things which you closely relate to life, and one of that which I closely relate is RCB. Yeah. So to go forward, right? So I've listed down the mistakes and the failures which I have done in my life, and I tried to bring it up in one sheet, but it's actually too much. But yeah, just for the reference, if I'm seeing this page, just get used to it, right? So yeah. So I think let's give it up for each and every individual who's there here, who made it and who made that efforts to make sure that everyone are here, everyone are trying to connect, everyone is so kind, everyone is smiling. This is the energy we want to create, right? Let's give it up for each and everyone to taking that one step, not being in a carousing city or somewhere, just try to make sure that to come here to learn something and try to figure out life. Yeah. I feel the only reason where everyone are connected is we believe in life, we believe in love, we believe in hope, we believe in freedom, and surely we believe in a lot of perspectives, right? Just want to check, am I in the right room? Okay, so all you have to do is just give me a hope, yeah? Has anyone disappointed their parents by their decision? Have you guys figured out at some point of your life that maybe I have to put more life into what I do? There's a lot of holes there, yeah? So perfect. So I'm in the right space, right room because I've been doing this in my entire life, right? So, so when you start to build things, when you start to figure out things, It's like a Three Idiots movie that parents decide what you want to do, right? You become engineer, you become doctor, and all of that, right? So my whole journey in my childhood, according to my dad and my entire family, is that I want to become a doctor, right? So because we had a land, my dad used to be like, this land is for you. I'm gonna build a big hospital. Entire my life was like filled with I want to become a doctor, 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 doctor. Otherwise, it's done, right? To that level, and it's fine because I was also thinking, maybe achieving my dad dream is the dream which I really want to do. But yeah, life had its own way. But in this whole concept of figuring out what actually your dream is, you try to get lost at times. So talking about my first failure, so where we have been a fortunate batch where we got NEET introduced in my batch, right? So all my life I wanted to become a doctor. I was a topper. I did TV interviews and I was into sports. I was playing for Karnataka and all of that. And I was in the right track according to my dad, so that I know I'm going to achieve something. My son is going to become a doctor. And NEET happened, right? All of a sudden, we were not prepared and NEET executed, and 2016 was very tough. Where I saw first time my dad crying, then I'm like, damn. The whole point of me understanding my dream was to fulfill his wish. Didn't happen. But still, the whole society or relatives or the family is like trying to push you to again become a doctor. I wrote NEET again in my first year engineering, again in my second year engineering. Basically, I got into engineering because I had a sports quota. I really didn't want to do. I'm a computer science engineer, by the way. By profession, I travel. I travel for a living. So yeah, so I did it twice, and then later you try to figure out what actually is your dream. Like, are you just living for the society, for your parents, or what exactly it is, right? So then comes, the fight for the freedom, what you actually want to do, right? And the whole scenario was something like, there was one decision which I took very strongly in my life. I always look forward and look behind back and try to think about what is that one decision is making me stand here, right? So there was one day my dad used to give me 50 rupees in a week. 50 rupees in a week, and I had my bus pass. I had to travel, if people knows about Bangalore, from Rajoji Nagar to Electronicity in a bus. Then I used to go to Majestic if I feel like the bus was crowded. I used to go and watch a movie in Gandhinagar. So one day he asked me like, what did you do with 50 rupees? Give me details, give me the breakdown. Because I didn't become a doctor, how the society or the parents think like, let me psych him out. Let me ask him. So this is the word I use a lot of times, the word psyching. Yeah. Then at that point I realized and I took a very strong decision. I'm never going to take 1 rupee from my family. And I was at third year engineering. Now I'm like, okay, let me figure it out. I think that is where the journey of, not exactly digital nomad, or something which really pushed me towards to try to do something. So I was in my third year engineering. I started to work for 50 rupees, 100 rupees, because that was one of the coolest jobs I started. Where I used to go, do a market research, maybe watch a lot of shows which was not even getting hired in Amazon Prime, Netflix, and give the reviews. There are a lot of times where I've tasted alcohol and given the reviews and got money. Like, there are a lot of parties I used to host where some people come from the brands, they used to just evaluate how's the taste, how's the highness and all that. It's pretty much cool things, right? But all this 100, 200, at times I used to get Big Bazaar vouchers. That is my shopping time because I'm like, I'm not going to ask 1 rupee from my home. So in this journey, what I'm trying to talk is how life has aligned to things what I really wanted to do, right? So when I was in engineering, that was my ex-girlfriend. I wanted to make her feel special. I wanted to surprise her. Then I called up a company called Birthday Engineers. So they are into surprising people. Right? Then I'm like, yeah, this is nice. Let me join their team. Because there was hunger. There was something to do. Because I never wanted to become an engineer. I'm like, no bro, this is not for me. Like, I don't want to study. I don't want to actually technically learn computer science. But if someone had guided really properly, that I would have created something insane because I was knowing something into technical field. But what I love to do has been happened all the while. So in this process, when I started to, join birthday engineers, all my life was to just wake up, go meet strangers and surprise them. That is it. So I have done a lot of events where couples have broken up because my job is to ask couples questions. Do you know about her? Do you know about her? And they used to fight at times. And I've been like a stalker where some ex-lover wanted to give a gift. We used to be in another car and see what is happening. And after a lot of surprises, all these girls used to call. Like, who sent this? Please tell us, who sent this? And we are like, oh, I don't know, like we can't answer. And there are a lot of times surprises was given to girl's mom because she was not there. And it's all like, chaos management. But I used to have so much fun when people used to cry and tell that, I felt like you came like my son. You came like someone whom we really wanted. I feel at that point of the time when I felt like, the society has misjudged me that I'm like useless because I didn't become doctor. All these human connections meant a lot. Because there was a time of COVID and all of that where we got the permission and we were roaming everywhere. People used to order surprise from abroad, from the places where they actually can't be with them on the special days, but we were going there. Yeah, and this is like, the best part that I got so much love. I decided I'm not going to attend placements. Like, I'm not going to do engineering thing. This is what I love. Let me try to pursue something in this. Surprising people or event management. So I used to host a lot of events, corporate events and birthday parties, surprises in midnight and all of that. Right? So in this journey, again, let's talk about another failure which happened. So basically I was so obsessed with this startup, so obsessed with this business model because it is aligning my lifestyle. I decided that family, I'm not going to attend placement, but I can't tell them that I can't work as a software engineer. Then what did I do? I joined MTech. Yeah. I'm like, let me join MTech and just try to push for 2 more years so that I'll figure this business out. Let me just get into event management and just keep hosting my entire life. Right? So talking about the next failure, where at times when there is no proper leadership in certain startups start to fade away. The toxic culture starts. And I'm a person who don't tolerate all of this because I feel all the things should be done with kindness or a basic empathy, right? So where I had to leave birthday engineers due to a lot of things, and then I wanted to figure out things because I was on a trip to Chikmagalur where my founder psychs me out again. So that I just left that work and just wanted to figure out something of my own at that point of the time. So we thought we'll open our event company and it used to call as OMG Celebrations. Okay? We're like, oh my god, nahi, oh my gosh. So talking about 3 people in this journey, why I'm stressing about human connections or human, because you guys will get to know. When I'm in engineering, there were 2 people, Stanley, Shazia. Like where apart from studying, we used to do everything. So I've done short films, I've done music videos, we have done, we tried to play sports, like we used to never go to college. Shazia used to be the person who used to help me out to pass, to teach me or to write records. I used to give a silk. I'm like, please do it, I don't like it. And Stanley is a guy who used to be there with me always to figure out things and all of that. So now there comes one more person called Prashant. Okay? So Prashant is a guy whom I met in birthday engineers. I left birthday engineers, he left birthday engineers. Let's start OMG. So we both started OMG Celebrations. We used to earn around like maximum 10,000, 15,000 in a month. But we used to just chill, that used to be like our everyday transaction and all of that. Then we figured out we should do something more big. Because like I've stopped going to my college in MTech. Like I'm feeling that I'm going to be a dropout. So then what we did is, it is around almost 2021, 2022 ending. We wanted to do food truck of our own. So there comes one more person, right? He's like, I'll invest, I've taken loan and all that, like good guy we have worked with and all of that, right? So that time, the Bangalore food truck scene was not so great. Like, not so evolved or something. We wanted to do that. But then, one more failure where we got to know that this guy has taken that amount and has spent around 1.5 lakh on his girlfriend. bought a new phone, bought her things and all of that. Then we are again hopeless. Like we don't know now what to do, what is happening. Like again, back to square zero. Here is like my parents are thinking he's going to college, he'll become engineer. Yeah. But this was the scene, right? So why I'm talking about all these failures or the mistakes of trusting people or telling about the human connection which I truly value is because all these things has aligned in some or the other way to do something great, right? So here is the famous story which Geetika approved because I told about this story. She's like, yeah, let's go. We're gonna talk about this, yeah. So I did one event for a police officer. It was happening in the Asanaram, okay, it's near Sakleshpur, where I was the host and he loved it. He enjoyed it a lot. He's like IAS officer, Bangalore rural side. He gave me 100 papers bottle. Like, you did well, keep it. Like, you enjoyed it. But at that point of the time where I didn't knew that, where I was going through or what I was trying to do. But all I knew that I had a weird and crazy confidence that I'm going to reach somewhere. Or, I'm going to take it somewhere. So all I thought is, I'm not going to drink this 100 paper in Bangalore or in city. Let me just try to figure out and try to drink it in nature. This is where my life changed. The thought of drinking 100 papers bottle in nature is made me, I was always searching because I'm a Bangalorean. I didn't knew the concept of what repertories do or the local communities do, like taking people somewhere and showing them places. I'm like, bro, I'm Bangalorean, I travel by myself, I travel with my friends and everything. But I always wanted to go to one place which is on top of the hill, I think Paras knows, high altitude. It is in Kodaikanal. I was like, let me go here. With my budget, I can only afford the tent stay. So I called them. I'm like, I'm gonna come. Is there a campsite empty? So then they told, no, it's sold out. Then I'm like, okay. Like, how come? Then they asked me, where are you from? And I told I'm from Bangalore. Then they told, there's a company called Triple Trails. They have actually blocked these tents. Go, try to check out with them. And yeah, I texted that time. Now is my founder, Amit. So he used to take care of sales. And I just texted him, is alcohol allowed in the campsite? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I booked. I'm like, crazy. So now I went on my first community trip, having the event management, hosting and everything as a background. Then I saw a Bangalore guy hosting and his name is Shashank. He became like very close friend of mine. Now he's in France figuring it out his life. So then I'm like, I want to do this. This is nice. Talking to people, making people travel, making them enjoy. I'm like, let me try to do it, right? I always feel June plays a very important role in my life. Because this trip I took 4 years back in June, and I think now again I'm in June. I can relate a lot of things 4 years back then and 4 years now, where I think a lot of thinking, a lot of figuring out will happen in the trips which I've taken in June, right? So then I joined Triple Race as the freelance captain after this trip. Like right after this trip, 1 week later, then the entire team is like, you have to join. Because, I used to start to host in the trip itself because I knew the games and all of that. They're like, let's go, let's start to do it. And there was so much hunger to just travel. Because I always believed travel has changed me in a lot of ways. Because when there was not so much of a thing called solo travel, I used to go on my birthdays solo traveling. In my engineering days, people used to like, what is wrong with you? What are you doing? And all of that. Like, I used to enjoy it. Then I started to work with Triple Trails. And all I knew is, I'm liking it. This can be my lifestyle again. Let's see. Yeah. So in this whole journey, I started to travel back to back every weekend. And almost like 3 months later, I was the first employee of Triple Trails, where they hired me. So then this journey started where I always figured out this is what I'm trying to do, this is what I love. Let me try to align my life into this. So where I like to meet people, because when you're trying to travel in a community trip, when you're hosting them, I think to some level we bought a revolution in that time from 2022 where solo traveling for females or solo traveling for people was a big taboo or big that one push was not there. So where we tried to make sure that we are comforting them, we are making sure they are feeling safe and all of that, right? So in this journey, back again with my people, like I started to work with my friends. So this Stanley is my sales head, Shazia is my team lead, Prashant is my content head, and the party which I got under papers, there was a guy called Rajesh. So he's a part of my team, is taking care of customer experience here. So this is how it all aligned. So I always strongly believe the people whom you meet on the way, on the journey is not for smaller things. When you have a deeper connection with them, when you can figure out that you can do something or you can build something, and it's always the right people, right time, which can figure out a lot of things in terms of whatever you're trying to build, right? So in this Triple Race journey, when we started to host, I think I just wanted to have fun. Just started to host a lot of trips because we were just doing 2 destinations. So I'm like, I want to go to some places like Munnar. I used to launch Munnar and make it happen and travel with them. And like this, now we are hosting up to 25 destinations in South India, like full power. Like we make sure that every weekend the batches are happening and all of that. And like this, somewhere I got a lot of opportunity and freedom from Triple Race where, I went to Thailand for 15 days, 17 days solo trip. Then I'm like, I like this. I want to come back. Let's start to host Thailand. Let's start to take people. Like I've done 9 full moon party trips where I hosted people in Thailand. Then I'm like, let's host Bhutan. And we did Bhutan batches. Let's host Vietnam. And like this, the whole concept of community travel kept on coming, right? So where people are also open to experiences, people are also believing the community because everyone are coming back. So in this whole point, my role was to take care of operations. So where operating a travel company is like a huge thing because you have to coordinate a lot. You have to, because it's all completely with human experiences, right? So no tech can solve this much of a problem or not a problem like with the process. Because you're taking care of logistics, you're taking care of properties, you're taking care of travelers, you're taking care of everything because travel is such a industry where it's very dynamic. Anything can happen, traffic jam, a lot of things can happen, right? So in this whole process of figuring out the operations and everything, so what I truly believed is just to make sure to understand what people feel, what people try to do, what people want to travel for. Right? So it's always the one thought which I always believe, people don't remember your name, people don't remember your brand, people don't actually remember, what you ate, what hotel they got. They always remember how you made them feel. Right? A lot of people have met their best friends in our trips. A lot of people are living together, they are roommates, they always hang out. A lot of my groups are still active. And I see a lot of my solo female travelers doing like some insane treks in Himalayas. I'm so proud, right? So this is the impact which I got so closely obsessed. So that this is what really I want to do. This is what, try to bring impact in some travelers or someone, who can be very closely associated with nature. And there is a platform which I tried to figure out the travel industry because I had an experience of hosting events, to build that hosting culture in travel. So there came a profession for people called trip captains. So what they do is they travel on weekend and they can travel for free and they're getting paid for it. So I have hosted and I have trained around, we have right now 150 captains. So who are into trips, who are into treks, and they have their life, they have their job, but still when it comes to weekend, they all come down, host people, meet people, take people to the places, and try to have a profession or alternative profession in terms of travel, right? So this is the journey of Triple Rails, right? Where a lot of transformation has happened because I got all that freedom. End of the day, it's all about the freedom. Like in this whole journey, again coming back to parents and all that situation, like I never told that I am the co-founder. Like, after 6 months of joining, my founder is like, you have to become co-founder, let's try to get this done. And then all my teammates, my friends, everyone tried to push it up and all of that. Then on one final day, because they think that, this guy just goes out, just roams around, he doesn't have any vision, doesn't have anything, like a tour guide, like that. Then one fine day, this was like in my head every time, like I'll tell them one fine day. That is the day when we opened our 3rd office. Like, and when there are like 18 people employees and I called my mom, dad and granny one day before and I told that, I'm the co-founder of this company. Let's go, let's come to this inauguration. That felt nice. That felt so good. I was the happiest that day. Like I partied till 4 a.m. because that meant a lot at that moment of time, right? So it's all about how you are, allowing yourself, how you are trying to become you. The whole process of understanding that you are trying to transform yourself and just try to allow all these experiences so that it will all align and it will all lead you to some common space or common vision or into a bigger vision, right? So in this whole journey of triple race, we have hosted around 35,000 plus travelers, are almost 40,000 by now, and we almost deal around 100 plus destinations, and we also almost deal around 500 properties all over India and even abroad as well. We have a lot of B2B partners and all of that, and companies are almost closely touching up to 10 crore business. All of this is done amazing. Likith, you have enjoyed, you have done this and all of that. But is this the real thing? Is this something which you really want to do? Has been my question from last 6 months or last 1 year. Because this is nice, but I'm also, encouraging over tourism. I'm also encouraging a lot of places, it's losing its charm. People are just going on a herd and just going to places and just no one is moving. Everyone is stuck in traffic. Everyone just visiting and coming back. And actually some travel will make you more tired, right? You go, you come back, makes you more tired. And nowadays people or the travelers' mindset is something like they're not going for true connections, true human connection. It's just like, the tick mark of the visiting the places and all of that, right? In this all thinking, I want to do, bring my lifestyle and career more deeper into a lot of human connections, travel connections and nature connections, right? So because all these years I've been working with so many people, so many amazing souls, all these captains I've traveled with, I know their life and I know the purpose of a lot of people. This is not for just a small purpose for triple race, right? So there is a lot more bigger things what we can do. So that is about the next journey, the future. I think the whole purpose of seeing some amazing people right here who are into digital nomad, who have their spaces, who have their communities, who are so much of talented, who have a lot of potential to bring this culture, this movement into a very large scale with the potential collaboration of lot of communities. See, as Sir told, the next big thing is all about community, right? So I've been working on to help humans bring more closer to nature, more closer to human connections and more closer to themselves, right? So how to do it? So I was telling him as well, how we are leading life, how we are making it as a lifestyle, how we enjoy getting up early, having yoga, doing our things at our own terms. And also meeting a lot of people who are like-minded. If it can happen in everyday life, if it can happen for people to realize that they have to be more closer to nature, more closer to talking to right set of people, or just take a pause, take a break, think and try to get connecting to themselves, right? So that is all the freedom is all about. Trying to connect with yourself, trying to understand what type of lifestyle you want to build, what type of life you want to do. All I'm trying to do is bring a moment, telling people to just take that video call, just take that meeting link, try to talk to people. Or just take a step outside, come down in another 5 kilometers, come to a community center, try to talk with people, or try to do something which will actually relax you, mindfulness and all of that, right? And try to come down a little bit outside Bangalore, be stay in nature, or stay to just slow down, have a slow travel, try to realize things. I've come down to places which is like not even known in Google Map. There are a lot of amazing places out there which is totally offbeat and all of that, right? So basically, want to create India's experiential travel lifestyle platform which can curate n number of curators, n number of people who are into hosting, n number of properties and n number of people who are actually into this domain so that we can take this entire movement in a very big way. So end of the day, it's all about connecting all these type of experiences, which is very close to 5 elements of nature and 5 senses of human. So that the next big thing would be not the over tourism or the other things which is affecting the nature and all of that. It's all about building the community, building the right set of people, meeting right set of people, so that people are taking that time to come back, think about themselves and try to transform their life. So this is all about I'm trying to build, and as I told, I just didn't want to talk about a lot of technicalities about what is my journey, what I've learned, how I've built my community. I'm just here all around. I'm trying to work upon a project. So after this speech, I'll be taking up my camera. So I just want to show, and I always believe that concept of we glorify that founders are amazing, or the entrepreneurs are amazing, celebrities are amazing. We glorify that. But I feel true success is for the people who have figured out their life, who live their life at their own terms and very close to freedom. So if anyone who wants to have a conversation, there are like amazing topics I want to talk about, record and try to build personal brand for people and try to build a space so that we can all figure out things together, and end of the day it's all about figuring life. And so grateful that I am with some amazing people, amazing minds. And I always truly believe we are not in this place to just have fun for 5 days and go back. There's a lot of things which we can do together. And yeah, this is my time. So myself, Likith, trying to figure out life, not a business. This is me. Thank you guys.